Hey guys, it's Tara. So today I am going to be doing a video on feminism. I have a very long disclaimer, pretty much equivalent to 2 pages. I'm gonna try not to read from my book the whole time, but I'm sorry if I look down. For my Tara Talks videos, I write a script just because I want to get everything as right as possible. Okay, so let's do this. This is a disclaimer. Any video on feminism on YouTube will get hate, and I honestly can't stop that. But I can aim to educate people as much as possible through what I know. This is where I want to say that I do not know everything about feminism. I want to go as far to say that I am probably not even that educated on feminism. But what I say now in this video is based on what I have researched and what I know from past experiences or past information that I've consumed. Where hopefully I will look back on this video and have so much more to say about feminism in the future. But I do know that by filming this video and keeping the comments box below open, I am creating a forum for discussion and further education. So please make sure that you are being nice in the comment section below and that you're genuinely seeking to know more and educate yourself, or you are educating people in a manner that isn't demeaning but rather uplifting and helpful and helping people learn more about feminism. Essentially, if you're being rude or mean in the comments below, I will block and delete you just because I don't want to tolerate that here, and I've never had to do that in the past, and I really don't want to start doing that now. But I do know that a lot of people will be clicking on this video. It's tagged feminism and people just want to like swarm towards hate and everything. So also, I can't address every single smaller issue in relation to feminism. Feminism is such a broad topic, and to talk about everything in this one video is pretty much impossible unless you want to sit here talking for like 2 hours. And also, I honestly don't know that much in depth about every single little piece of feminism. And lastly, before I start, I also want to acknowledge non-binary people. I had a bit of a struggle when I was writing the script for this just because I didn't know how to be inclusive of everyone. So after discussion with numerous people, thanks to Luke and Alice's friends for helping me out on this, I will be talking in regards to cis female and cis male people, as I am a cis female person myself, but I am acknowledging that non-binary genders exist and that they can face similar or the same types of experiences that cis females such as myself face. Once again, as I am cis female, I do not have the authority to speak on behalf of non-binary genders. I am just speaking from what I know personally. So what is feminism? According to Google, it is the advocacy of women's rights on the ground of equality of the sexes. Okay, this definition is probably where a lot of contentious issues arise in regards to what people think feminism is versus what it actually is. To break it down, 1, feminism is about equality. It is about striving to be on an equal level as men. Essentially, what this means is men are privileged in most aspects and they have more advantages compared to women in regards to social, political and economic needs. I was talking to my dad about this yesterday and he was like, so do women want to be treated the same as men? And I said, I think it depends on the person, but generally no, we just want to have the same advantages that men have. Number 2, feminism does not dismiss men. It is just more focused on women because as a collective, women face more disadvantages than men as a collective do, which is why we must strive to be on equal level to men, which also leads back to male privilege. And number 3, yes, men can be feminists too. It is not only for women. However, if you are male, don't speak on behalf of females, rather acknowledge the issues faced by females and then further support women. As previously noted, feminism is such a broad topic which breaks it down into different types of feminism. There are tons of different types and I'm only going to briefly touch on 3 of them and one into more detail than the other 2. So the first one is liberal feminism. Liberal feminism is based on an individual woman's choices and empowerment. And then there's radical feminism. And this reflects misunderstandings associated with feminism and like what it actually is, as many radical feminists aim for women to be socially dominant over men. I'm sorry, it just got really dark. It's a very exclusive form of feminism, and I don't even regard radical feminism as actual feminism because it's not equality. Radical feminists are the catalyst for misunderstandings in relation to what feminism is. They want women to be higher than men. So I don't regard radical feminism as actual feminism. And the last type of feminism, which I'm going to be talking more in depth about, is intersectional feminism. So intersectional feminism was established in 1989 by a black woman named Kimberly Crenshaw. I'm sorry if I said her name wrong. This concept already existed before, but she put a name to it. An extract from a text states, "It's a view that women experience oppression in varying configurations and in varying degrees of intensity. Cultural patterns of oppression are not only interrelated, but are bound together and influenced by intersectional systems of society. For example, race, gender, class, ability, and ethnicity." So the theory of intersectional feminism focuses on multiple forms of oppression, which often intersects to create unique and various experiences of discrimination. Putting from an intersectional feminist 101, intersectionality has expanded to include the analysis of discrimination faced by anyone who identifies with multiple social, biological, and cultural groups that are not favored in a patriarchal, capitalist, white supremacist society. As I was researching and reading up on intersectional feminism, and on the Tumblr site I just talked about, which will also be linked below, it spoke about calling yourself an intersectional feminist. And I found this really interesting. So to summarize, only black women and a black non-binary person can claim this title, as this notion was created by a black woman for black women. Although this concept has expanded, racism faced by black women differ greatly to racism faced by other races. However, you can still follow and support the intersectional theory and thought. White feminism. So most of you have probably heard about white feminism or what it actually is. Personally, when I think of white feminism, I think of the struggles faced such as catcalling, body shaming, objectification, sexual harassment on public transport, and the pay gap, and likewise. These are the struggles that are more mainstreamed and associated with feminism. On a blog that I was reading, the writer said, "White feminism is a feminism that doesn't understand Western privilege or cultural context. It is feminism that doesn't consider race as a factor in the struggle for equality." Don't get me wrong here, because these issues faced by myself and other women are so valid, and oppression is not a competition. But there is also so much more than this too, and that is where intersectional feminism comes into place, where we also need to include other factors, not just gender. So someone requested me to talk about Meninism, so I thought I would just address it here. And if you don't know what Meninism is, I'm just going to quote the very reliable Urban Dictionary. So Meninism is a mockery of feminism and proves that we can't request equality without men making everything about themselves, where men think that feminism is a threat to their masculinity. And I am kind of making a joke about this just because Meninists think that their struggles aren't existent within feminism. Feminism literally does not dismiss men. Yes, men face struggles too, but it's just not at the same extent or level that women face. So 1, Meninism is bad. 2, don't align with Meninism because it is a mockery of feminism. And 3, bye if you're a Meninist. And in conclusion, I've briefly talked about feminism. Honestly, I've just given the surface of it. But if you would like to learn and read more, I'll link sites I referenced during this THRIFTED talks in the description box below, and you guys can check it out. I will also link some other interesting sites that are reliable. Or if you have anything that you want to share with everyone and myself, feel free to comment below, and it would be really awesome to create a pool of voices and once again a forum to discuss feminism. Also, if you have any other topics that you would like me to discuss on my YouTube channel, let me know below. However, I will be quite selective about this just because I don't have authority or I don't have the knowledge to speak on every single issue, but all ideas are welcome and I appreciate them all. Make sure you check out my links below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye!